really wearing masks and distancing and all of the so-called non-pharmacologic interventions that we've had in place since back in March remain absolutely critical. And I actually can show some data that really opened my eyes to this fact. These are data, I'll share my screen. One
Sure.
moment. Here we go. I'll put it in presentation mode. So these are data that come from a simulation model. I think people throughout the epidemic have sort of started to look at simulation data and understand what transmission models do, right? So this is simulated data looking at the COVID epidemic in the United States from January 2021 moving forward. And what you can see here are two sort of counterfactual or hypothetical situations. The orange curves represent what the epidemic might look like if we had no masking requirements, no distancing, and just pretended like this wasn't happening. And these shades of green represent what the epidemic looks like if we continue doing what we're doing today in terms of masking and distancing. And then you can see there's two different shades of each kind of color, right? So there's that dark red represents no restrictions at all, no masking. And then the orangey color is what that epidemic would look like if you still had no restrictions and just put in the vaccine at roughly 300,000 doses per day, which is of roughly what we're doing at this time, right? And then the two greens represent if we do our masking and our distancing, right? And that teal color at the very bottom is if we do masking and distancing and vaccine at 300,000 doses per day. And what really strikes out to me about this curve is that the difference between the sort of red-orange family, which is no masks and no distancing, and the green-teal family, which is current restrictions, is much greater than the distance between that orange and that yellow, or the dark green and the light green, right? So what we can see here at this time is the non-pharmacologic interventions, mass distancing, all the things that we've been doing that really are holding up the house, and they're going to continue to do so. That we can't rely on vaccine yet to be our protection, and I think it's really striking when you look at curves like this.